There's a fugitive called Zakir Naik who lives in your country. Why doesn't the Malaysian government send him back to India? In 2017, you had said that Prime Minister Modi met you in Russia but did not ask for the extradition of Zakir Naik. India had contested that claim, and since then India has sought the extradition of Zakir Naik. Why is he not being sent back?
Yeah, the situation in India with regard to Muslim-Hindu relationship is not so good. There have been cases of people being lynched. So he is, I think, not very welcome in India. So we thought that for the time being he can stay here, but we would like to send him to some other country where he would be safe. Unfortunately, not many countries are willing to accept him.
Of course he's not welcome, and of course he's not being welcomed by most countries because he has terror charges against him. You've made some very sweeping statements. This is a man who's on the run. The government of India has asked for his extradition, and you're saying he's not welcome in India.
The government is one thing. The people have got different ideas. Sometimes the people act rather roughly.
Let me ask you this question one more time. If you were to be the Prime Minister of Malaysia again, would you or would you not extradite Zakir Naik?
Well, we would like to send him to some country where we feel he would be safe. That takes some doing.
But not to India?
Well, not to India, because at this moment we feel that he would not be safe.
Since you mentioned Pakistan, I'll come to Pakistan. It is said that you backed Pakistan, sir, against India only to position yourself as a leader of the Islamic world. Is that right?
It's not about being Islamic or the stand made by the Islamic world. When I find something that is wrong done by anybody, even the big powers, I have always felt free to voice my opinion. That's all.
Have you voiced your opinion on the minorities in Pakistan?
We felt that they need to look after, because in Malaysia, as you know, we have a lot of minorities, but we treat them well, and they are citizens of this country. But sometimes in other countries, the government may have one policy, but the people sometimes do not follow government policy. They express their views sometimes in violent ways.
Imran Khan gave your Islamic summit a miss under Saudi Arabian pressure. Was that disappointing for you?
Of course, it is very disappointing.
What is the status of the parallel Islamic group that you created, and what is its purpose?
It's not a parallel Islamic group. These are members of the Conference of Islamic Countries. But we find that if we have the whole group, it's difficult to reach any agreement. So we thought that if we can have 2 or 3 countries with who are like-minded to discuss the problem faced by the Muslims in the world, I think that will be more effective. At a later stage, perhaps other members might join.
But some of these like-minded countries are not doing very much for the Muslims of China.
Yes and no, but China is a very powerful country. We don't go to war with China. We try to find other ways of solving our strained relations with China.
So on the one hand, you raise concerns about the Muslims in India, which has the second highest Muslim population in the world, and you make sweeping statements. But on the other, you say that you will not stand up for the Muslims of China because China is a powerful country. Have I got this right?
Well, our relation with India and with China are not quite the same. So with India, we feel that you are more liberal, more willing to accept criticisms. But with China, you know, they have a different system and different viewpoints.
But are you going to follow the Chinese system, or are you going to stand up for the Muslims of China? As you say, you're trying to do something for the Muslim world.
Well, there are ways of doing things. It's not always through confrontation or even through open statements. We will do things in our way.
Have you done something so far, sir?
We try to talk to the Chinese.
And what is the response?
Well, so far it's not so good.
Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, I'm going to thank you for your time, sir, and I hope you're successful in your next political mission. And I hope when we talk next, you'll have a more unbiased view of India and India's leadership and India's society. It's not so bad.
Well, thank you very much. You asked very interesting questions, and of course, it's quite difficult to answer without hurting other people's feelings and all that. But still, I appreciate the questions that you asked, because it gave me a chance for me to clarify certain of my stand, my beliefs.